Hello, today we're going to review the House of Night series, or like the first three books because I gave up after that because, full disclosure, I hate these books. I really do. Like, they're not that good, in my humble opinion. How this is gonna work is first I'm gonna describe the plot of the first book in a non-spoilerly way, and then I'm gonna talk about how I feel about it. And then I'm going to go into specifics, which are going to be spoilery, so I'll tell you when to skedaddle if you wanna. So, let's get into it. So, The House of Night they're vampire books. Vampire with a Y. And the way you become a vampire is you will get a crescent moon that's not filled in on your forehead, and you're like, oh no, I'm a vampire. And then you have 24 hours to go to this school called the House of Night, which is like a private school for vampires, because you have to be around adult vampires if you're a fledgling, which is what it's called when you're not a full vampire. And the main character, Zoe, she's at school and she gets this crescent mark on her forehead after a dude's like, hey, you gonna become a vampire. And then she freaks the fuck out. She goes home. Her mom's like, this is your fault. And so she's like, I'm gonna tell your stepdad, who she calls her step loser, because that's the kind of writing that's in this book. I'm gonna tell your stepdad, and you're gonna go, and we're gonna get the elders of the church to pray over you, pray the vampire away. I don't know. They weren't really clear on what the elders would do, like kill her, maybe? I don't know. The only thing that is clear is this church doesn't like vampires. For some reason. And Zoe's like, I'll legit die if we do that. So, no. And she hops in her car, which she owns for some reason. Her stepdad's a really bad guy, but he bought her a car. So, and she goes to her grandmother's farm, her Native American grandmother, who owns a lavender farm, who's a wise woman in a Native American clan. We'll get into it later. Okay. And while she's looking for her grandmother, she passes out and she has this vision. She's in a cave. And then Nyx, who's the goddess who the vampires worship, is like, you're special. You're gonna be my eyes and ears. And then fucking fills in her crescent moon thing, because you know what's good in a spy? For them to be pointed out as different than everyone else. Right. And then Zoe goes to school, meets some friends, and chaos ensues, basically. So I'm gonna get into stuff about the book. I don't really like the writing style. I don't really like the writing style. It's kind of more adolescent. If you had told me that, because PC Cast and Kristen Cast, I didn't fucking introduce who they were, did I? I'm not a good reviewer. Okay, whatever. It's written by PC Cast and Kristen Cast, and their mother and daughter. If you had told me that one of them was 15 years old, I would believe you, because that's how this writing feels. It feels very 15-year-old writing fan fiction to me. It's not that good in my opinion. It's just kind of basic. And that even goes over into the characters. The characters are really basic as well. They're archetypes. That they all have they have all these character types. And that's what these characters are. They're character types. They're all really basic character types. You got Stevie Ray. In her friend group, it's this Stevie Ray, who she's from Oklahoma, and she speaks in an Oklahoma accent, and she's just a good Southern girl, because she's from Oklahoma. I don't know how people from Oklahoma speak, but whatever. And then there's the twins, who are not twins, but they're BFFCs, and they're kind of like Valley Girls, basically. That's what they are. They're the Valley Girls. And then there's Damien, who is the gay dude. He's gay. That's his character trait. His one character trait, because they all get one character trait, and then they just gotta stick with it, because why not, I actually thought that, the plot was pretty good. Nefret, you knew there was something there. Something was gonna happen. I wanted to keep reading, because there was something that was gonna go down. There was some shit gonna go down. I knew that. But, then I gave up, because the writing was bad, and it just stopped appealing to me. If I ever feel the need to know what happens, I'll just, go on Wikipedia and read the plot synopsis for all the books that I didn't read. So, I really do hate this book. So now I'm gonna go into, spoilery territory. spoilery territory. I can talk. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, then you can just like get at them, you know. One of the issues I had like right away is that the slut shaming, like it's told from Zoe's point of view, and while she's like being led around the House of Night for the first time, Nefret is like, I think it was Nefret leading her around. It's been a while since I read it. I really don't want to subject myself to that again. But she's being led around, and then she's told, hey, stay here. I'm gonna go do some stuff, and I'll be right back. And she's like, Zoe's like, fuck that. And she starts exploring this part of the school where no one usually goes, and she like turns around a corner, and at the end of the corner you see this girl Aphrodite sucking a dude's dick, and it's like her boyfriend at the time, Eric. Like she's just sucking his dick because why not? I mean, I assume when you're at a boarding school full of people, that's what you do when you want to have sexy times with your boyfriend and you have a roommate. You go find an abandoned area of the school where no one goes and you suck his dick. But like after this, because Aphrodite dresses kind of skimpily, the way she dresses is kind of like skimpy. And so after that, every single time Zoe sees her, she's like in her mind, oh, look at that hoe. She's a hoe, the hag from hell. Like not even like just like one time after she first meets her, like every single time she sees her, like in the first book at least, like the hag from hell, the hoe. Like shut up, you're being a judgmental bitch face. At one point, Zoe's with 3 different guys at once because she gets with this Eric dude who was the guy who Aphrodite was sucking his dick. I don't know why she was so judgmental of Aphrodite, but not this guy, not Eric. Like Eric's the one sitting there getting his sick duck. Amazing. He's the one sitting there getting his dick sucked in this fucking hallway. But no, let's just judge the girl. Why not? She's a hoe bag. But like Eric's hot because he can act. So Zoe sees him act, and eventually Eric breaks up with Aphrodite because she did some shit and he was like, I don't think I like you anymore. I can't believe you did that, you know? He's just like, I don't think I like you anymore. And he breaks up with her. And eventually gets with Zoe, because why the fuck not? Like, seems a bit petty getting with your ex-girlfriend's, like, major enemy, but, like, whatever, you know? So, yeah, she's with Eric, and then, like, this guy Heath comes up, and she's like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm gonna talk to Heath for a little while. Heath was her boyfriend when she was a human, okay? And she ends up biting Heath's neck, right? Which makes him imprint on her. And you would think at this point, she would, like, break up with Eric. This might happen before her and Eric gets together, which is worse, because, like, she got with Eric with all this baggage. Like, you could have told Eric about it, but okay. And she keeps meeting up with Heath. It's not my fault, because me and Heath are imprinted up on each other. And then, a couple books in, which this was, like, teased for, like, the entire time. A couple books in, she gets with this teacher. He's like this famous poet. Yeah, he's like this famous poet. And so she's, at no point is she like, oh, I can't be attracted to him. I have 2 boyfriends already. She's just like, oh my god, this poet likes me. I must be hot shit. Like, you know what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she just gets with it. Like, they kiss. And at no point, as far as I know, in these books, does the whole teacher-student thing be brought up as something that's wrong. It's like, no, this is hot. This is a hot thing we're doing. Although it is established that he's not supposed to be with her because she's a fledgling and he's a full vampire. And, like, that's just not done. You're not supposed to get with a fledgling as this full vampire. Like, you're really just not supposed to do it. Like, it's the teacher-student relationship still because she's a fledgling and he's a full vampire, you know? So it's not even acceptable in this universe. You can't make the argument that it's acceptable in the book because, no, it's not acceptable. But it's still not shown in the narrative as being a good thing. It's romanticized to this awful extent where people could read it and think to themselves, oh, well, my teacher-student relationship is amazing then. Awesome. Like, it's gross. A lot of the problem that I have with Zoe is that she is this very stereotypical, the chosen one. Like, you know? Like, everything she does is right, and everything that everyone else does is wrong. Okay? Just because she doesn't agree with it. It's completely wrong. She gets, like, powers from Nyx. Like, if you're, like, a priestess of Nyx, if you're a priestess of Nyx, you can get, like, affinities for stuff. And she gets affinities for all five of the things you can get affinities for, basically. Like, she has an affinity for fire, water, air, earth, and spirit, which, like, no one in history has ever done, because, and, like, because her friend group is so close to the chosen one, they all get affinities for one of the elements, fire, water, everything but spirit has someone. It's just kind of, it's too much. It's too much with the chosen one bullshit. Like, why? Why her? Like, it's never explained why her. It's just because she's special. Like, maybe it's explained later. And there's 12 books. I read, like, 3.5 because I gave up. It was so bad. So, yeah, just because she's, like, special. There is one really specific thing that bothered me, which is gonna sound stupid after all, like, the teacher fucking and, like, the actual, like, plot stuff that annoyed me. But it's that, like, she really hates birthday presents that are Christmas themed. Like, Christmas themed birthday presents. Like, really grind her gears for some reason. So, I fucking hate her so much. So, she wakes up on the morning of her birthday, which is, like, really close to Christmas, which is why she hates Christmas themed birthday presents so much. She wakes up the morning of her birthday, she goes down, and, like, every one of her friends has a really nice present for her, like really expensive presents that teenagers, by all rights, should not be able to get. Like if you've ever had a birthday where you wake up and go to school, like, people are telling you happy birthday, but, like, you cannot expect that every single one of your friends is gonna give you a birthday present. Like, honestly, I got, like, a Lindt chocolate from one of my friends, and, like, it was the best thing that happened to me all day. Like, honestly. Like, people are gonna say happy birthday, but you can't expect to get shit from them. And yet, she goes downstairs, and everyone has a present for her. Really nice presents, really expensive presents. Like, one of her friends gets her, like, this cashmere scarf that, like, she specifically has been wanting for a while. Like, a specific brand of cashmere scarf that's super nice, except it has a snowflake on it, so fuck it. I hate it. And, like, she gets these boots that she identifies as being super expensive. Like, this super expensive brand of boots. I think she said it was, like, $200 or something. Like, your friend got you these super expensive, really nice boots. And she's like, oh my god, I love them so much. But then, like, they have a snowflake on them, so, I don't like it anymore. Like, what the fuck? And then, like, Heath, the boy who is a human who she's not supposed to be going out with, sends her a present, and it's like a bracelet that has, like, seashells or some shit on it, and he has a note that says, I know how you hate Christmas themed birthday presents, so I got you this. And, like, everyone loses their fucking mind. They're like, I can't believe you did not tell us about. And it's like, yeah, neither can I. I can't believe that she didn't tell you about this either, and now I can't believe that she's mad because none of you knew. Zoe's like, well, you should have known. They have no reason to know. I can see no reason why she wouldn't tell them this, though. Like, her birthday's approaching, and people are like, hey, what do you want? She could have just been like, anything that's not Christmas themed. Like, honestly, that would have been my answer if I hated Christmas themed birthday presents that much, like, the way that she does. Like, it's incredibly stupid. If I hated Christmas themed birthday presents the way that she does, that would be like my opening line. You know, like when you meet people and you're like, here's a random tidbit about me. Like, that would be mine. So what's something about yourself? Well, my birthday falls really close to Christmas, so I kind of hate Christmas themed birthday presents. I just like to keep the two holidays, like, separated. Like, if she would just communicate about things, like, 1,000% of her problems would be gone. Like, this girl has 1,001 problems, and miscommunication is the cause of fucking all of them. Like, it's ridiculous. I hate her so much, honestly. That's all I can really think of about this book, because I'm kind of sick of talking about it anyway. Hate this book so much. I should say these books, because, like, 3 of them in one here, basically. Thank you for watching. I hope to make this a regular thing. Bye!